Hello YouTube, this is Brian B, Take the Time Collectibles. It's been about a month since my last video. January got a little crazy, had a bunch of things going on, just really busy. So unfortunately I haven't been able to put up any new content between now and then, although I had a bunch of videos planned and some of them will still happen. A lot of people I follow were running contests. I had every intention of entering some of those contests, but unfortunately that didn't come to pass. Thanatos still has one going. I'm going to do an entry for that as soon as I finish this video, hopefully. I'll leave the link to it in the description below if you haven't entered already. He's got some cool prize support and it's a good channel in general. Check him out. You probably already follow him, but if you don't, you should. A couple house cleaning things. I had a comment in the last video I did post from Carbon Matrix 63, who pointed out that they felt I was not adequately addressing the world. I was more focused on the United States, which I don't believe to be the case, but you call me out on something, I'll address it. I believe I address the YouTube community in general when I say hello and thank you for watching, but in case that wasn't clear, I do appreciate my international viewers as well. I know I have a couple, Holger Peterson, a few other people. I appreciate anybody that takes time to look at my channel. So if I offended you in any way, Carbon Matrix, I apologize. That was not my intent. I am aware that countries outside of the USA exist. I replied to your comment. So hopefully that's addressed. I'll say welcome to everybody, whether you're in the United States, whether you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, orbiting in outer space, tunneling underground, walking on the moon. Asia, Africa, England, Australia, the North Pole, South Pole, Mexico, Central America, Hawaii, anybody else I forgot, Alaska. I appreciate anybody who takes time to look. So a little humor out of the way, a little serious. But anyway, moving on, a couple other house cleaning things. I have changed my name from what people told me was way too long, Take the Time Collectibles Brian B, to simply Take the Time Collectibles. In chats and such, you want to refer to me as Brian B, that's fine. But my handle on here and on the Instagram account, which I finally opened, is going to be Take the Time Collectibles. So, moving on, two other things I want to address before I get, this is going to be a whole video eventually, because I've got at least 3 weeks worth of stuff here to show you. Wanted to say, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of this already, it's old news by now, but George Perez officially announced his retirement from comics, which is kind of a big deal. George is a great guy. He's very active in promoting and raising money for the Hero Initiative. He's done countless classic comic books throughout the years. And he's an all-around good guy if you ever had a chance to meet him. He's one of the best in the industry. He's going to finish out the show circuit this year. I think he's doing 5 more shows. If you get a chance to go see him, if he comes to your area, definitely do. It will be worth your time, even if you just talk to him. So on one of my first few Instagram posts, I posted some of the original art I have from George Perez and a few pictures I got to take with him at the last convention. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It's Take the Time Collectibles with a space between each word on Instagram. So, I feel like there's something else I was supposed to mention. Oh yeah, speaking of all the people who watch me from all over the world and the United States and everywhere else, big thank you. Somehow, since my last video, I have surpassed 100 subscribers. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I will do a separate one. I am going to have a contest. It's going to be a little different than what other people have done. It's going to require some effort on your part, but everyone's going to win. So if you meet the requirements of the contest, you will be getting something. I will post that video shortly, and hopefully you'll want to take part. Alright, so we'll move on. This is going to be the last 3 weeks worth of new comic books haul and a couple back issues I picked up. So start out with Punisher number 7. Dead Man Logan number 2 and number 3 are both going to be in here. If you're a fan of the Old Man Logan story, it pretty much picks up right where that left off. Extremely happy to have Conan back. Jason Aaron writing it. It's been very, very enjoyable so far, and I'm looking forward to Savage Sword later this month. This is Conan the Barbarian number 2. This is Man Without Fear number 3. Should have 3, 4, and 5 in here. This is bridging the gap between the previous Daredevil series and the new number 1 that's going to come out next Wednesday. We've got Hit Girl number 12. This is DC Vertigo series. It's called Goddess Mode. First issue was interesting. Curious to see where the series goes. This is from Titan Comics. This is a crime book. It's called Hard Case. No, it's not. I lied. Hard Case is the name of the crime line. It's called Breakneck. This is issue number 2. Most of the Titan comics are pretty good. They've got decent art and good stories, and I like the crime noir stuff, so pick a lot of those up. This is Firefly number 3. If we can't have the show, might as well enjoy the comic. Got 3 different covers of Spawn Kills Everybody chapter 2, and this is issue number 2. There's a really neat cover for issue 3 coming out. I think it's this Wednesday, if not it's the week after. It's got the Spawn's villain, the clown, wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. I think it's the B cover. You might want to keep an eye out for that one. I think it's going to be pretty hot, and it's just fun looking. This is the 3rd cover, mostly blank. We got Baby Spawn on the bottom. We've got, I lied, should be 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Man Without Fear number 2. This book's been on hiatus for a long time, but I'm really happy it's back. This is Rick Remender Low. This is number 20. The book's been gone for quite a while, but it's a neat story with really unique art. Trades are worth picking up if you haven't read any of that series. We've got Superior Spider-Man number 2. Terrax. Got The Immortal Hulk number 12. Everybody's hyping this book, but if you aren't reading it, you really should be. It's a really fun take on the Hulk. It's much more horror than the Hulk has really ever been outside the Rampaging Hulk magazine. But I enjoy it. And the Alex Ross covers are just ridiculous. They're crazy. Bring that up again. I took it away too fast. But really, really cool Alex Ross covers on this series. We got Brian Michael Bendis Pearl. This is number 6. Also got Brian Michael Bendis. This is cover number 5. We've got, I lied again. Apparently we have all 5 issues. This is Daredevil Man Without Fear number 1. DC Vertigo, we've got American Carnage number 3. Aftershock Comics, written by Garth Ennis. So Walk Through Hell number 7. Pretty creepy and interesting series so far. Got Wonder Woman number 62. It's Wonder Woman versus Ares. Got Guardians of the Galaxy number 1 by Donny Cates. This is the wraparound cover. It's got a whole bunch of characters on it. This was an interesting read. If you haven't read it yet, if you're a fan of Thanos or a fan of Cates, you probably want to pick that issue up. This is Wonder Woman 63. I wanted to get the variant cover for this, but I had a whole bunch of subscribers ask for it at the shop that I didn't have any for the shelf, so I got stuck with the A cover, but that's okay. I'll pick one up eventually. It's a really nice variant cover on that. This is Man Without Fear #5. And that's it for single issues, and we got a couple trades here. This is Keith Giffen's Lobo Volume 2. Go back and reread some 90s Lobo goodness. Never a bad thing. This is Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 4. This is the finale of the current series. If you haven't been reading that, Darth Vader is probably the best book Marvel's put out in the last 4 years. Really good storytelling, good art, introduced some new characters that are going to live on in the series. Dr. Aphra and her droids and some others. Highly recommend it. Pick up the trades. You'll be happy you did. Some great artwork and cover art on the second series as well. Ran two 25-issue volumes. One of them takes place right after the events of New Hope, and the other one takes place right after the events of the prequel trilogy. So it's kind of Darth Vader Year 1. Two totally different takes on the character, filling in time that we never saw on screen. So it doesn't mess up with any of the movie stuff. It just embellishes what we already know, and did so in a good way. I recommend it. And the last trade I picked up is actually a hardcover. This is by Jeff Jensen and Jonathan Case. It's called The Green River Killer. Like I said before, I like crime stuff. It won an Eisner. It sounded good. I'll check it out. And then I got just a couple back issues to show. This is a variant cover for Silk #2. Thought it was a neat cover. This book's been on my back issue list forever. It's kind of hard to find in the wild. You can pick it up on eBay, but I finally found one in the wild. This is the Ethan Van Sciver variant cover to Green Lantern #9. And this is a really awesome cover. It's Batman with a Green Lantern ring. Van Sciver goodness. Was happy to cross that off the list. And then one last book. This one's CGC graded. This is going to be terrible glare here, but I'm going to try. This is Avengers #71. First modern appearance of the Invaders. It's also got Black Panther. But you got Subby, Cap, and the Torch together for the first time since the Golden Age, which is really cool. And not the reason I bought it, but now because everybody's on a Black Knight kick, this is also the issue where Black Knight joins the Avengers, which is pretty cool. So anyway, that's my haul. I'm going to try to be on here a little more regularly, and I'm going to try to do 2 more videos right now. I'm going to try and do my 100 subscriber contest video and my entry into Thanatos. I think he's 700 subscribers, probably more than that by now. But anyway, links to his will be in the auction description below. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.